Hi, welcome to a new episode of the Mike and Roy Show from Say Burbank Neighborhoods. The last video we made, we didn't make, I made, because Mike was away, but it's great to have him back. Welcome home, Mike.
Thanks, Roy. I took a long overdue vacation, saw my family in Ireland, had a great time. But I actually was following along while I was on vacation and checking in to see what was happening at City Council members. And you did a great job at the last meeting. I had my family with me, we're watching, and I was just so proud of my neighbors who are also concerned residents for speaking out.
Yeah. And you say you were following along. I'm a little curious. Is it still a vacation if you actually follow politics?
Yeah, I think so. We were having fun sitting in a pub, and I had told them all about you and about our city council members, and they wanted to see it for themselves. So, and my name came up. What do you know?
So you watched it on Granicus?
Yeah.
Which might have been a new word to the people in County Kerry, Ireland, I'm thinking.
Yeah, they didn't know what Granicus was, but of course that's the Burbank channel that we can watch the streaming video of our meetings.
It was pretty cool. You that far away, and yet your name still came up at the city council meeting. Any thoughts on that?
Made me a big hero back home in Ireland. Maybe we can show that video.
Mr. Wiegand, while I very much enjoy all of your videos, I am very disappointed that Mr. Moynihan can't come here in person. I think it's important that citizens show up when they're going to take a position on something and not report in, and otherwise.
So that was nice that Council Member Gable Luddy missed me. I don't know if she was sincere, but I just want to reiterate something that Roy and I touched on in our first video, that it's very difficult for us to be at those meetings. Personally, I'm a single father raising a teenage daughter. I have a full-time job that I work long hours at, and I have 2 part-time jobs. It's not easy for me to get to a meeting, but I do follow along, and I do watch what's happening. And I don't get paid to be at a meeting like our city council members do. I don't get a health plan like our city council members do. So just please remember that it's difficult for residents to make it to those meetings. And we expect you to represent us and stick up for us.
Just because we're not there, to beat the drum every week for, say, Burbank Neighborhoods and other concerned citizens of Burbank doesn't mean that we don't care and we're not watching. And yes, we expect our city council folks to step up for us.
Yeah.
I would go further in my recommendation than the mayor just did. I would ask the council to join me in directing our city manager this evening to call Caltrans and tell them that the impacts that are potentially on this horizon are unacceptable to our community, and to halt any continuation of that until such time as the community and the council have a chance to fully evaluate it, and they come up with a proposal that does not disturb residents in their place. And if they say they must do that at nighttime, put you guys up in a reasonable hotel so you can get some sleep.
One of the things that was pointed out by my family in Ireland as we're watching the city council meeting was the amount of disrespect that some of the public speakers received from our own city council members. They were appalled, and we've almost grown accustomed to it, unfortunately, but they said it would never fly in Ireland. You couldn't sit on a city council in Ireland and get away with disrespecting the residents like that.
I'm clearly not, I never intend to offend you. I really don't, and I seem to be incapable of speaking without offending you. And this time it's Trump land, which in fact, to my mind anyway, was a reference to those folks who were insisting that $50,000 had changed or implying that $50,000 had changed the course of this election, which I think is ludicrous.
Yeah, there was a comment made at the last city council meeting regarding David Spell, longtime Burbank resident and member of, say, Burbank Neighborhoods. And David was the first, one of the first people that I learned about Measure B from. He put something on Facebook. He'd met with the Yes on Measure B crowd. He still had questions after that meeting.
And what was the comment made by one of our own city councilmen?
Well, it was putting that our neighborhood, our group, turned on David and put our feet on his throat.
And I got to tell you, David Spell, I remember the first time, I can't recall if it was Facebook or if it was a blog or something, but the first time you happened to publish something online about they're talking about it replacing the airport terminal, and here's some information I got out about it. And I've watched pretty much the folks who've been sitting around you tonight jump on your neck with both feet. Man, everybody tore you a new one.
Yeah, so see, that's disrespectful. That's another way that Councilman Will Rogers tries to disrespect a group of concerned citizens like, say, Burbank Neighborhoods. Nobody put their foot on David Spell's throat. Nobody pounced on him. David Spell's son and our daughters started kindergarten together. We're longtime family friends. So when we learned that David Spell got misleading information from the Yes on Measure B people, it was our responsibility to share with him the truth about Measure B, the things that we knew from our research, share with him the negative impacts that we can now expect now that it passed. So no, nobody was pouncing on him or stepping on his throat. We're all friends sharing information.
As we did throughout the whole Measure B campaign.
Everything that'll be applauded comes from the approved people, and it has to be the approved content. Say anything I don't like, and I'm not going to applaud. And I'm going to be in the back of the room making comments this loud so everybody else can hear what I say about you.
So, Mike, while you were away on your big vacation, there was another vignette that played out at our last city council meeting. The term out of context was brought up in regards to our ongoing video series.
Oh, I know. I was watching.
But I will say, as much as I enjoy the video that you present to us, it is true that they are just snippets and they are out of context. And you're showing a side that you feel very strongly, and I appreciate your passion, supports your position, but I think the community needs to know that these are out of context snippets of what people say, and they don't cover everyone.
I'd like to clarify a little bit here. The snippets that we are taking, picking our fruit here, yes, we can't show the whole presentation, the whole speech from our city council member. We've only got 5 minutes. So yes, we are taking snippets, but we feel that they tell a story. They're standalone. They're statements that were made by actual city council people at an actual city council meeting.
Yeah, so that should clear it up. That's the context. Public speakers, residents of Burbank speaking out their concerns, and then the response from our city council members. That's the context. Roy and I, with our videos, will never manipulate or mislead the public by taking things out of context, because we just want to share the truth and get that information out to the public.
That's about it for this week's Roy and Mike show, Mike and Roy show. Please join us on Facebook, Say Burbank Neighborhoods. Thank you.
And go to our website, SaveBurbankNeighborhoods.com. See you next time.